'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the bastion not a creature was stirring. They were quiet without question. The stockings were hung by the gun rack with care, in hopes that Nick Beer soon would be there. Gamza was nestled all snug in his bed, while visions of space marines danced in his head. And Mama Ork in her kerchief and Ozzy Ork in his cap had just settled their Gretchen for a long winter's nap. When, out on the sky shield, there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bunk to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew in a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moons on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the lustre of warpstone to objects below. Then something appeared. It was a very swift mover, a miniature drop pod and some tiny YouTubers. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Idic Nick. More rapid than Eldar, the Legion they came, and he yelled and he shouted, and he called them by name. Now Olgit, now Athlith, now James and his stuff, and Ringo. On Claydog, on Kiblams, on Aceface and Nerdo. On the top of the porch, on the top of the wall. There's really too many to mention them all. As dry leaves that before the warg fly, when they meet with the defence line, mount to the sky. So up to the bastion top the Legion they flew, with the sleigh full of army bundles, and Idic Nick too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the thumping and stomping of each little boot. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney Idic Nick came with a bound. He was dressed all in purity seals from his head to his foot, and his armour was tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of box sets he had flung on his back, and he looked like a tech marine just opening his pack. His eye lenses, how they twinkled, his edge highlights, how merry. In his hand was an iPhone, he was watching Joey Berry. His droll little Vox grill was drawn up like a bow, and the flock on his base was as white as the snow. The end of a flamer he held tight in his teeth, wisps of smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a H4H patch worn with pride on his chest. It was needless to say that I was impressed. He was happy and content, a right jolly high elf, and I laughed when I saw him, despite myself. A wink of his eye and a dip of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not one word and went straight to work. He filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk, and laying a finger aside of his nose, giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his drop pod, to his team gave a cry, and away they all leapt with a hearty "Goodbye!" But I heard him exclaim, ere he flew out of sight, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."